team building is an interesting one because there's not a lot of evidence that standard methods of team coaching actually have any lasting impact. Not least because the membership of the team keeps changing anyway. So if you've done it one team and then suddenly you've got a new member, they're sort of left out in the cold, and that can be quite devastating for somebody if you've got a nice group of people in the middle who have all gone through some experience together and they've bonded, but newcomers aren't part of that. And as people kind of leave from the core, the core gets denser and denser like a black hole, and people newcomers can't break into it. It's a phenomenon that undermines teamwork dramatically. But basically, team building, it does what it says. It helps people get on better together. But that doesn't address the causes of conflict within the team, for example. So if people are in conflict, it's usually not because, or it can be because they have different personalities. It's more likely to be because their expectations are being shaped, and the demands on them are being shaped by different forces, either within the team or outside the team. I mean, take the example that you've got two people who in a team who've got links with who've been moved into the team from other departments. So they're going to have loyalties back to those departments. And so one of them will say, no, the right way of doing this is this. But and the other one say, no, this is the way. So now you've got conflict. So it's not addressing any of those issues, which are of the external influences on how people relate to each other. So as a team coach, you might work with both with some facilitation tools. You might do some team building tools, but they're within this much bigger shell of helping the team to have the conversations it needs to be able to understand its internal and external dynamics.
Got it. Whew, that's a very deep one, I would say. Like it's so good to have this clarity and understanding so many levels that are at play all at once when working with teams, and not only, but that's so important. So awesome. Now, when we're talking about working with teams and team coaching, you've been doing some research, haven't you?
We've been researching in this area for 20 plus years in one way or another. And the research, one of the first big pieces of research we did was look at how teams learn. The European Union paid for. And that enabled us to see that teams are very different. They're not, the structure of teams is not the same. And one of the ways we can look at this, how stable is the membership and how stable is the task? So if the membership are all the same, so the membership doesn't change very much and the tasks stay the same, then you've got a problem here, and that team gets very complacent. You've got other kinds of teams, like on an aircraft, where the membership is changing every time, but the task has got to stay the same. You've got to have that. They've got to say the same things about where to stow your luggage and so forth. You've got multiple different types. You've got project teams that you've got a standing project team, but it has different projects brought to it. For example, you've got teams where the task is one long-term task, say development of a new product, but the membership changes in waves, and so you've got the problem of handing over the learning to the first team, or the first iteration of the team has, to the next generation, and what gets lost along the way. So understanding the type of team and the influences upon it, its ability to learn, its ability to adapt. These are all part of the essential background that team coaches need to have to be able to work effectively with teams and help them to grow and to work well within their environment.
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button below, sign up for the Premium Pass, and we'll see you on the other side.